All right, you guys, you asked for it. Today's the day. So y'all have asked me before, several of you, how to clean cast iron pans and how to season them. So I have two. This is my cornbread pan. Y'all have seen this before. But I told you the last time that it kind of had like a metal taste to it. So it means it's time to season this back up. I've scrubbed it. Sometimes cornbread gets stuck and I've had to scrub it. So I kind of scrubbed the seasoning off of it. And I should have seasoned it when I first got it, and I didn't. Or actually had it a long time, but before I used it the first time, and I didn't. But you can see the back, like right in here, it has a little bit of rust on it. So we're going to clean this one. And then this one I got off eBay. I actually got it with my Dutch oven that I used, y'all see me frying. This came with the Dutch oven. It was a great deal. I got the Dutch oven and this pan for $25. Now, it was $23 to ship it, but still $48 for, I think that's like a 3-quart Dutch oven and this griddle is a great deal. So, this just kind of has some, can y'all see a little bit of, gunk in it? It's not real shiny. It needs to be seasoned. And then the back of this has some rust on it. So I'm going to show y'all how to clean these. It is not hard. You got to use some elbow grease, but ain't nothing hard with the elbow grease. It's good for you every now and then. And there, when you're cooking with this stuff and seasoning as you go, some people say, no, I've never put soap on it. Look, some soap is not going to hurt, especially to get it clean to season. That's what we're going to do. Now, I have heard that you can put these in your oven and put it on self-cleaning. If you have a self-cleaning oven, which most of them these days are. So, hey, if you want to give that a try, go for it instead of scrubbing it like this. But I'm going to do it the way I've always done it. Okay, I'm going to start with probably the easy one first, which is this. So all we're going to do is turn on our hot water. And this is just a little scrubby. Look, don't get like the Brillo pay. You don't want like the soft steel wool. You want something that's stronger. This is the copper one. The plain silver ones are better because they last longer. But this is all they had at the store when I went. So that's what I'm going with, okay? Let me see. Y'all ain't going to probably be able to see me because I'm going to try to turn this camera down. I should have done it before I wet my hand. Duh. Anyway, don't y'all look at my, dirtiness. Don't judge me. I won't judge you if you don't judge me. Okay? So, this, I got me some Dawn dish liquid. That's what I got in this little pump. So, I'm going to just get this kind of wet. And then all I'm going to do, I'll try to turn this so y'all can see it. But all you do is you just scrub it. Round and round she goes. Y'all see that rust coming out? Just use your little elbow grease. Y'all know what elbow grease is, right? Get into it. Get into it, y'all. We're going to do the whole pan like this, even the handle. I'm going to just clean up this whole pan and scrub it really good. And this is all there is to it. Just get in there and you just scrub it down. All the way around this thing. Since I'm doing it, I'm going to do it all the way. Alright, now I've got my oven set on 350. Because we're going to need to do that once we've scrubbed all this. And this is really when it needs some good seasoning. Typically just when I know that my pans need to be seasoned again, I just season the inside of them. I don't always go through all this and scrub and, season the backs like I'm going to do for this and all that kind of thing. And when I do that, I just usually fry some bacon in it. And just take the bacon grease and run it around everywhere. And but I'll show y'all how to season it once we've cleaned it. This is more of the cleaning video. Okay, we'll talk about all the seasoning after. And you don't scrub it like this once you've used it and you season it the first time. This is just when you buy them from somewhere. Look, go to some yard sales. Go to thrift stores. If I'm by a thrift store, you know, like a Goodwill or a Salvation Army, or there's some Christian ones you probably have in your neighborhood. There's a hospice one up by our church. So those are good places to find these kind of things. This one's a little bit harder to do just because it's got these great, you know, what do you call, ridges in it. It's a grill. So I gotta try to get this down in these little places. Alright. Let's rinse it off, see what it looks like. Y'all, two. Alright. Let's see how she looks. Alright, I see a little bit more rust on the back of this. So let's get a little bit more elbow grease in here. And look, if it's a little bit left, when you season it, it's going to come off. But I want to get the most of it off that I can. Alright. Looking better. See a little bit more right in the logo. Let's see if I can, because this isn't getting down in there all the way. I know it's not turned where y'all can see it, but I'm right-handed. I need it to be this way. So y'all kind of saw what I was doing. Y'all can see I'm just scrubbing the heck out of it. Alright, let's see what we got now. I think we're up. There's one more right up there. That's all you do, y'all. You just rinse it. And look where you might need a little bit more rubbing. That's all it is to it. But for a good cast iron skillet to have, or a grill like this, these things are nice to last your lifetime. You know, the non-stick that you probably got, you know, they probably, if you're lucky and you bought some that are decent ones, they'll probably last you about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years. You can buy a new set of dishes, because the stuff comes off, and guess what's happening when it's coming off? It's getting in your body. It ain't good for you. Teflon, it ain't good for you. Look at the tags. Some of them's like in California, they ain't even allowed to sell them. There's some kind of warning they have to put on there. There we go. See, the rust is going off of there. Here's this side. So, we're going to dry this up pretty good. But I'm going to go ahead and get this other one. Now, I don't have to scrub this one as much. There's some rust on the back of this one. Right there. I might have already showed y'all that if I did. I apologize. This is a good one, too. This is a Lodge. Lodge is a good brand. But, no. We're going to just give this a good scrubbing. Alright. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I don't think y'all want to hear me talk and do this. So I'm going to stop this video right here. And I'm going to finish scrubbing this. And then we'll get you to the next step. Alright, y'all. I'm going to stop scrubbing that one for a minute. Because I need to go ahead and get this one dry, because you don't want water to ever sit on your cast iron. As soon as you wash them, you want to dry them. You never let these soak, okay? You cannot let cast irons soak. They are porous, okay? And when they're hot, the little pores in these things open up, okay? So, and water will make them rust. That's just the way it is. So you want to dry these, and you see this griddle has these little lines, and I'm taking my fingernail in here, and I'm drying these little lines out. But the best way to dry your skillets after you wash them is just set them on your burner for a minute, and just turn your burner on. You don't have to turn it on real high, but turn your burner on a little bit, and just let it, you know, till it gets a little bit hot. And then it's going to dry all that. So that's how you dry your things after you wash them. All right, now I'm going to finish this pan now that I've dried that. I've got it on my burner heating up a little bit. All right, so I already started this. I got it off the burner. I thought my video was running, but I think I forgot to hit start. So all I did, y'all, was got it off my burner, and I just put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in here. Now, it's not real hot. It's just kind of warm. I mean, I'm not going to put my finger right on it, but I can touch the handle. All right, so I'm just getting in all these little cracks and crevices with this oil. So I had to put a little bit more just because all these deep little ridges in here is hard to get this paper towel down in. So we just rubbing it down, okay? Make sure every little, you don't see no like dry places, okay? You want this oil down in every little spot on this that we're going to do. Now, let me see if I can bring it over here to show you. See how shiny it is? I've got that oil all down in here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here on the back and I'm going to do the same thing. Because you want this seasoned inside and out, people. Okay? We're going to rub it all down. All the edges, all the little lips on here, all these little cracks and crevices in the little handle. We're going to get this thing good and seasoned up. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the burner off for my other one because it's dry and hot enough. And I'm going to let it sit there on the burner until I'm finished with this one. So once you've oiled it all down like that, then you're going to come back with a dry paper towel and you're going to just try to wipe out all the excess grease. You don't want, you're not frying anything, you're seasoning it. So try to come in and get in all your little ridges. If this is the kind of pan you got, it's going to be the same way when I do the cornbread. I probably should have shown y'all just my frying pan. I got to season it too. But I can just season it right on the burner. I can cook some bacon in it and just season it down pretty good. Or oil. You just put oil in it and season it right on top. Because that pan, that's my big one. Y'all seen me use that almost every time I cook. But I've scrubbed it a couple times. So I need to get it seasoned back up. Because normally, depending on what you cook in it, it almost becomes nonstick when it's seasoned really good. But if you've had to scrub it, like I've cooked a couple things that just really kind of, left a residue, because it's not nonstick. Some things will stick to it. But anyway, all right. Well, that's wiped out pretty good. So see, it's all shiny now, even the back where that rust was. So now what we do with this baby is we take a sheet pan and we're going to take this pan and we're going to flip it over and we're going to stick it in the oven. Oh, let me wipe the back off some more. I don't think I did the back. We're going to stick it in the oven. I'm going to put it, I got the oven already preheated on 350. And I'm going to just let this sit in this oven, bake in this oven for about an hour. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the cornbread. Y'all don't need to watch me do that. You oil it, you wipe it dry, you flip it over, and you stick it in the oven for about an hour. Then when it's done, I'm gonna bring it back out of the oven. Hi. I'm gonna bring it back out of the oven, y'all. And I'm gonna let them cool off. And then you really want to do this about 3 times. Really, it's better if you can do it 4 or 5 times. But 3 times a minimum. Once it cools out of that oven, because see, it's porous. It opens, it closes when it gets cold. It opens when it gets hot, it closes. So we're going to season it. I'm going to bring it out and let it cool. I'm going to oil it down again. I'm going to dry it, rub all the oil off again, put it back in the oven. I'm going to do that 3 times to get this thing seasoned. Then the more you use it, it seasons itself as it's cooking. That's just kind of what it does. So I hope this was helpful to y'all. I'll jump back on here once I've finished the process and let y'all see what it looks like totally seasoned. I'll add that to the video. Don't y'all love this stance I'm in? I'm standing on my head for y'all. Love ya. Bye. Can y'all please get me a remote that works? All right, y'all. I could not get in the little tip here with the paper towel. So I got the oil in here, and I'm just using a pastry brush on this. I probably could have done that with the griddle if I had thought about it, but I didn't think about it. So I just wanted to show y'all in case y'all do find your cornbread pan or some other pan. I had one. I don't have it anymore. My dumb self gave it away, but I had one that was the little corn, looked like little ears of corn when you did your cornbread. But anyway, if you have something like that, you might want to use this like pastry brush too. And I can use the paper towel for the rest of it, but just to get down in these little cracks, I just wanted to show y'all that. I keep thinking of things to tell y'all when I'm doing this, but I want you to know how to do it right. So it's important that you wipe out all the oil, right? Remember I told you put the oil in and then you take the dry paper towel and wipe it out. And you got to try to get in those little cracks and crevices, because if you leave the oil on it, it's going to just get gooey. You ever seen your baking sheets where it's like cooked on dried up grease and it just gets this like gooey stickiness to it? You don't want that. So once you've put your oil on here, you've got to, almost dry that oil back out of there with the paper towel so it doesn't get sticky and gooey. Okay, that's all. Okay, they've come out of the oven for the first time. Remember, we're going to do this 3 times. So I just wanted y'all to see what they look like. Let's see if I can flip it over. I don't know if I can get my hand on here and hold this camera too. Maybe not. Because it's just hot, y'all. Well, all right. So I just, again, want y'all to see what it looks like coming out the first time. After these cool, I'm going to oil them down again and dry them off and put them back in the oven. Hey, I wanted to show y'all something. Once you, these have, come out and they're cool now. So now I'm putting the oil back on. I actually have put the oil back on. Now I'm drying the excess oil off, so it doesn't get all gummy and sticky. But I should have told y'all this before. I went on upstairs and got one of my bar towels. But it's better to have an old towel and get the oil off with a towel, because the paper towel is hard to use to get the oil off. It's easy to put it on, but to get the oil off, it's better to use a towel just because it kind of absorbs better. And then you can just keep this towel to use over and over. It's just going to have a little bit of oil, but anyway, I just wanted y'all to know that a towel does work better than a paper towel. Okay, I went ahead and got out my big frying pan, and I've just oiled it and wiped the oil out, and I've got it on just a stove top, and I'm going to heat it up and let it roll just on top of the stove, because the backside and everything of this one is fine. It's just, let's see if I can flip it over so y'all can see. See? It doesn't really matter that much about the backside of this one. It's not rusty or anything, so I just need to re-season this. So I got my burner turned up there, and I just put it on. So we're going to roll with it. Alright, change of plans. I've got a ventless hood that doesn't vent outside, and it was smoking up my house too bad. So I just got it on the grill. So I'm seasoning this baby right on the grill. I'm going to leave it out here probably about, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. As high as she'll roll. And then I'm going to come back and get it. I'm going to set it to the side and let it cool. And I'm going to do this one about 3 times. So there we go. Hey, you guys. I just wanted to tell you that I've run this through 3 times in the oven. So it's seasoned really good enough for me. I think it looks pretty good. And this side, this is that back side that was rusty. Yeah, it looks nice. I can season it, a little more where it looks a little more dull. But it looks good. And then the cornbread pan, it's seasoned up pretty good. If I decide to make cornbread one day, I might throw this back in with some oil first and maybe season it one more time that day or something like that. But those spots over there is just, I guess, whoever had it before had some old grease that had probably burnt on, laid in grease on the stove top, or maybe in the oven or something. So that would have to kind of be, it's a lot to it. You can make a lye bath and put these in, and lye kind of soaks them off, but it's dangerous to use that. I don't want to use that. So that little black spot doesn't bother me. I'm not going to try to strip these all the way down. But anyway, they're done. We'll see you next time.